Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Paula here. So as you probably saw in the title, I am making a reading journal this year. I feel like I've tried making them before, but very low-key, just like logging in the books that I have. But this year I want to try and push myself a little bit and actually write in-depth reviews of the books that I read. I want to be more intentional with that. So yeah, I am making a new reading journal this year, and it comes at the perfect moment because obviously new year, but also at the end of last year I got this bunch of like stationery stuff from Notebook Therapy, so I'm very excited to start using them. I am not super creative. Okay, I feel like I'm creative enough, but I have never really had like a fun, colorful reading journal, so I am again pushing myself with that this year, and I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about that, and I'm very excited with the ideas I have. One thing that I should probably add right at the beginning is Katie's reading has been the major influence for this journal, so everything in here that belongs to Katie's reading, full credit to her, because I'm just not that creative. So yeah, I'm taking a lot of her ideas and putting them into my reading journal because I just love how she has it, but more dedicated towards what I think is going to be more useful for me. This is going to be my reading journal for 2025. Again, I got this from Notebook Therapy from Tsuki. It's still here that it's made by Tsuki, so that might be the actual brand of it. And I'm so excited. I was a little bit worried that this specific size would not work, but honestly, I feel like I am not that creative to feel like whole pages of a notebook. So the A5, which is the one I was considering getting, I just feel like it haunts me how much blank space there is, and I feel like in a much smaller size, I don't know, I'd be more comfortable, at least to start with, you know, my journey on a reading journal. So yeah, I'm very excited. It has two little bookmarks and an elastic to close it off, and I don't know, it just feels like the perfect little size for a reading journal. I can take it anywhere if I want to. And again, this is mostly to put all of my thoughts and have full-fledged reviews of the books that I read, because I want to be more intentional. I want to be able to put my feelings somewhere. It's very easy for me to speak, to talk about books, but when it comes to like actual writing a review, it's just very hard for me because I always tend to go way too personal. So I feel like that's why a reading journal might be good for me. So yeah, let's move to the table and do my reading journal. Okay, so hi, it's Paula in the voiceover, obviously. This is the first time I do voiceover, so hopefully everything goes well. This is the reading journal I'm gonna be using. Again, I got it from Notebook Therapy, from this brand called Tsuki. And I, as you can see, pre-did the 2025 title. I just knew that it was gonna take me so long to do the 2025, like the black parts in it, because I had a very like thin pen and I was just like going like filling it, so I knew it was gonna take a long time, so I pre-did that before filming. And then I decided to take some inspiration again from Katie's reading. Everything in this journal is inspired by Katie's reading because I just love her journals, and I've been watching her do her journals for so long. So I have washi tape in the corners because I think it makes everything look prettier. I again got this washi tape from Notebook Therapy. I also had some very cute stickers, so I put one of those in the title. I don't know if you can see very well, but it's kind of a snake with a rose, and I think it looks very pretty in the middle of that zero. And then from Notebook Therapy, again, I feel like at this point I should be sponsored. I love them so much. I had this stamp. This was just an ink stamp, even though it looks kind of like a wax seal. And then I wrote Paula's reading journal, because obviously this is my journal. And I think it looks so pretty. I'm so happy with it. And then the next two pages are gonna be my reading tracker, kind of. So you probably have seen these like beautiful pages of drawn bookshelves where people fill in the books that they read throughout the year. And I had these very pretty stickers, again from Notebook Therapy, that looked like stained glass kind of, so I thought it would be very cute to implement them in the design. And I am horrible with drawing lines. I am so bad at that. So you will see me use a ruler for most of the things that I will do in this reading journal. There's just something about straight lines, I can do them. Here you can see that I started doing some, little drawings in the shelf. I had a plant surrounding the bookshelf and a candle. I wanted the styles of the two pages kind of different. So the first page, the left one, the one I'm currently working on, as you can see, it's a classic standing shelf. And then this one, the right one, the one that I'm currently working in, that one has floating shelves and a very cute ladder, because I think those are so nice. So far I have space for 75 books, but as you can see, I left a lot of space in case I wanted to add more. And yes, I left it a lot because I wanted to wait until the ink dried so I could go in and fill in with color. So I moved into the next part of the journal, which are my goals and my reading tracker. I decided to do both of them in the same two pages because I think it looks better if this just together. And my goals, you cannot see them very well, but I will definitely let you know what my goals are. This year, my first goal is to read 75 books. That's why there are 75 squares in the pages that I'm gonna fill in based on the books that I read, obviously. My second goal, and I think is the most important one out of all the goals that I have, is to finish my entire physical TBR. At the beginning of this year, I think I started with 71 books on my physical TBR, and I am definitely trying to finish all of those this year. So the goal of 75 books to read this year makes perfect sense if you take into account my physical TBR. Then I also have read 12 classics, which is basically one classic per month, which I think is very doable, especially since I love classics, and a big part of my TBR are classics. Then I also have read 10 non-fiction books. I, again, wanted to do one non-fiction book per month, but last year it just didn't work out, so I feel like 10 is a nice round number. I also have read more fantasy, because again, my physical TBR is full of fantasy that I haven't read yet, so I think this is gonna be a big year for series for me. Then after that page comes my series tracker, which I feel like this one is also quite similar to Katie's reading. Correct me if I'm wrong. Honestly, okay, this whole thing is basically inspired by Katie's reading, so I'm gonna stop mentioning her name, but we know. And these are all of the series that I'm currently reading. And I think it's roughly like 12 or 13 series. I'm not gonna go very into depth on these, but if you do want to know the series that I'm currently reading, please let me know. I will make a whole video about them because again, I love talking about books, but I think I only put here the ones that are from books in my physical TBR, or maybe books that I want to get to this year, even if it's not on my physical TBR. But yeah, I decorated these again with some very cute tile washi tape, and I put some stickers here and there. I think all of them are butterflies. There's an owl in there too, and I think the last one that I put is a very cute mushroom in the corner of the page right here. Yeah, that was the series tracker. And then I am so proud. I don't know how I did this genuinely, but I have this goal this year of, I always have this goal of reading a book from every country in the world, but I thought that I would focus on a continent each year, and this year I'm focusing on Europe. And look at that map. Did I destroy the shapes of some of the countries? Definitely. But I am so proud. It looks so cute, and I will be filling in color the countries that I've already read from, which are they're a bunch, honestly. They're not that many, but they're a good amount so far. And yeah, and then after that I have, I think, the most simple pages for me, which are the book of my favorite book of every month. You can hear here where I just, it's gonna be an image and just the name of the month. And then the next one that is gonna be completely blank, as you will see, is my favorite book of the year, where I am planning to make a collage of my favorite book. And then this, once again, Katie is reading, but I think she got it from someone else and I just don't remember who it was. But I decided to do a little calendar to put which days I'm reading which books, just to see, how many books do I usually read in a month, like if I'm reading every day or not, which is also a goal that I have this year. I want to make sure that I read every day. I currently have a streak going on Surgraph, so I'm very proud of that one. But yeah, I did all the months. I actually took 2 pages out of the notebook before recording this, and I did them separately, so I have like 2 months per page. Here you can see I have July, August, September, and October. And then I will add the other two as flaps, kind of with tape. It took me a little bit to figure out how to put the tape without it being like horrible, but I think I managed it, and I do think it looks really cute. And I did add way more stickers than it looks like. I just kind of forgot to add them, but you will see them in the flip through definitely. But yeah, I just kind of forgot to add them at that point. Those are all of my, I think, yearly pages. I left some like blank pages in case I wanted to add more, and since then I did add a DNF graveyard, which I'm so sad. I hate DNFing books, but I had to. And this is my January little title page, and I thought Snoopy looked so cute in his like coat, so I drew little Snoopy. And then I thought about this very cool thing that I've seen a lot of people do, and it's like use tape as part of like a clothing element. So it took me so long to figure out how to do this, but I traced the shape and I cut it in the washi tape, and look how cute it looks like with his little coat. And added some stars and some moons and some very cute things here and there. But yeah, this is my January title. I also added a square for the statistics for that month. And finally, I went back to my little library page, I guess you could say, and I filled in with the color of the wood and the little elements in there. Now I have a code, kind of like a key, for the colors that I'm gonna use for the books that I'm writing. So basically you will see here in a little bit I have a cutout, and basically I have yellow for all my ebooks, green for all of the arcs that I get, light blue for the hardcovers, darker blue or like kind of like a bluish purple for the paperbacks, and then a very nice pinkish purple for the special editions. So I'm gonna be so happy feeling that. I think like that's a good amount of colors where my library is not gonna look like a whole block. Here it is. This is the cutout that I was talking about, and I just pasted it with some tape and it looks so cute. It's a little pop-up. But yeah, this is where I finished. And now let's go to the flip through. So that is how my reading journal ended up looking. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had actually more fun than I thought I was gonna have. I feel like I always have a lot of anxiety when doing things like this, but it may not be perfect, but it's good enough for me, which is what matters. I don't know, I feel like it's very much me. I especially really like how the title page ended up looking like. You will probably see these hopefully more times in the future when I'm doing vlogs and stuff. I am definitely planning on logging every single book that I read. Not, you know, logging it because I don't feel like that is very useful, but I definitely want to be writing my reviews and do a little bit of scrapbooking, I guess. I hope you liked the video. Please let me know if you have a reading journal and what have you put in it, because I'm still not sure if I should put anything else. I did leave some blank pages between like my yearly things and then the monthly. So, I don't know, maybe you guys can give me ideas. I hope you liked it. I hope you found my making this fun. And if you enjoy watching people yap continuously about books and do book related things, please subscribe to my channel. That would make my day and I think you would really enjoy it. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!